Hi, thanks for joining me. So today I want to ask you guys a question. How do you watch YouTube? This is something I've wanted to talk about for quite a while. For myself and for you guys, because I'm really curious. I've noticed that I have certain habits that have changed over the years in terms of how I watch, and to a certain extent what I watch as well. So I guess the main thing, maybe working backwards. Right now, I tend to watch YouTube almost to wake me up. I'll get up in the morning, and that's actually something I used to do anyway. I would like to wake up and watch a couple episodes of anime. Um, it helps you get through a series, and it also, just for me, it's kind of a nice sort of gentle way to wake up, and it's something to look forward to every day. So right now, I'm doing that with YouTube. So usually in the morning, I'll wake up and I'll see what kind of YouTube videos are up. Stuff that I missed the day before, or that people posted in the evening, and I'll check those out. I tend to watch YouTube on my PlayStation 4 currently, so I'm watching it on my TV through the YouTube app, and that's fun, but it's a very passive experience. So I'm just kind of sitting there watching it, and I'm like, well, I can't. It's hard to comment. And actually, I don't think they let you comment through the PlayStation app at all, which is annoying. So I don't think you can read the comments. You really miss out on that whole, sort of commenting, interacting experience, and that's kind of a bummer because I really enjoy that. I think that's part of the appeal of enjoying things online sometimes is, you read Slashdot, a little bit for the article and almost even more for the comments. And it's the same way with Crunchyroll, actually. I really enjoy the sense of community that you almost feel, even though, like, I don't recognize, like, particular people on Crunchyroll, but when I go to the internet app and I check out an episode, you can see a whole bunch of people talking about their impressions of the show, and I just, it feels like you end up getting, I'll end up getting mirrored my same impressions of a show, and it's very fun to just see all these people enjoying it the same way that I am, or being surprised by it, and just kind of like reveling in that joy of it, which you miss, I think, when you're just passively watching this stuff on on the PlayStation. But I'm guilty of that as well with Crunchyroll. I watch a lot of my stuff on my big TV because that's an enjoyable kind of passive viewing experience. So there's been a little bit of tension, I think, that I've been feeling between kind of passively consuming YouTube videos and then having to go to my computer if I want to comment on them, maybe rewatch something in order to comment on it because I watched it in the morning when I was tired, and I enjoyed it, and then I'm waking up and getting on with my day, and then I'm like, oh wait, was there something I wanted to comment on? Well, what did they say? And then I have to go back and really examine that. So so that's that poses its own issues, I guess. Another way that I would watch YouTube videos is when I was working a job 9 to 5 recently. I would I probably shouldn't even admit this, but I would actually I would listen to YouTube videos in the car on my way, or sometimes even going to just run some errands or something like that, going to do some shopping. There are certain YouTubers that I listen to, or that I watch, that they are kind of talking heads, sort of like I am right now. You really don't need to be looking at my face the whole time while I'm doing this. So they're actually really nice to listen to because it's like talk radio or an audiobook or something like that. Somehow they really make the time go by, much more so than just listening to music in the car. So I've definitely enjoyed doing that when I'm have cell service and my data plan is robust enough. I used to do that, I would say, more frequently by far than I do now. I would also watch YouTube on my breaks at work. So sometimes, maybe not every day, but I would take a 15-minute break or something like that and watch a YouTube video. Or sometimes on my lunch breaks, I would just eat my lunch and watch a couple of YouTube videos. So, I used to do that just to sort of break up my workday sometimes. You could, of course, like listen to a YouTube video in the background while you did other stuff, but that didn't work especially well for me, I guess, at my job. So I wouldn't do that. Yeah. So, and then I think like farther back than that, I did do most of my YouTube viewing on the computer. So I would be curious to know if, if you guys have felt that shift, if you've, shifted from watching YouTube videos on the computer to other devices, because I've felt that, and it's kind of changed like how I've interacted with YouTube to a certain extent, I think. I would sometimes, and I still do this actually, I do like to watch YouTube videos while I eat. Again, I don't do this all the time, but they're a really good length. Because how long does it really take you to eat food? Usually I'm preparing it. If you, prepare, food and do any amount of cooking, sometimes that can take, a while, and then you eat, it takes like 5 or 10 minutes, I think if you're eating with people and really kind of savoring your meal, maybe it's a little longer, but, if it's just me, I'm sitting watching a YouTube video for like 5 or 10 minutes, that's a perfect length, maybe even up to 15, to just eat food and kind of listen to a YouTube video and enjoy that. I used to do that at my computer now and then, and again now I do it in front of my my PlayStation. So I don't know. I also would just once in a while here recently too. I'll just get sucked into YouTube, and it kind of like channel surfing television. And I didn't used to do this really either, but I'd find like I have a day off, and sometimes I just don't want to do anything, and I'll literally just watch YouTube videos, what feels like all day. Watch YouTube videos for like maybe not all day, but like 2 or 3 hours straight, just kind of like lying on the couch, like, and doing that, I have allowed myself to start watching some things on YouTube that I didn't used to watch and I didn't used to want to watch, like I'll just get sucked into some of these more popular things like Fail Army. I knew of it and I would enjoy those videos, but I wouldn't like watch them or subscribe to it or anything. And recently I kind of was just like, you know what, I'll just go, I'm gonna watch those because they're funny and I do find some enjoyment out of it. So I have started watching that, and I'll get these suggested videos, and some of them I've really kind of gotten into, watching some of like Good Mythical Morning and like the Fine Brothers React videos or the Try Guys or some of that kind of stuff. And I feel like in a way that's sort of what YouTube is wanting to be about more, is sort of the, kind of pushing like these big popular channels and stuff, and having this, I don't know, like this content that isn't just like vloggers talking about video games, which is like, that was my primary watching experience for YouTube for like years. So I feel like I'm allowing myself to get sucked into a little bit more of their bigger stuff, but it's fun and interesting. Like even some of, I don't know, Cracked and what do they do, the BuzzFeed videos and stuff. I don't know. I feel it makes me feel like I'm starting to watch like bad, regular traditional television to a certain extent. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? I'm really curious to know. Just about like your viewing habits. Sort of when you watch, what you watch, your stuff on, if has what you watch changed over time? I'm really curious. I've noticed that mine has, and depending on what stage I am in my life right now, what I watch on is pretty different. So anyway, just wanted to bring that question to you guys. I hope that you found this interesting, and I hope you'll join me again for more video game and anime related videos. Thanks for watching.